What's the name of your company?
Scrubbish.
First, you should know that sounds like a Hasidic Darfel, right? It's a Scrubbish Rebbe would work. But I love the name. I love the name of the company. What do you do? What's the name? What do your company do?
We do rubbish removal, Trashouts, demolition, interior gutting.
So before I get to what your company actually does, there's got to be a business somewhere for the men in the house who have to take out the garbage, that you take out the garbage for them. There's got to be some sort of a business. I don't know how, I don't know where. We come to your house on Monday nights, we take out the garbage. I think it's a great business. I know it's not what you do, but maybe it's an angle. So how did you get started in this business today, in this garbage removal? How'd you get started?
I started many years ago. I started working for the bank. It was after 2008, the crash, the housing market. So there was a lot of foreclosure properties. So we started doing Trashouts for the bank.
Cleaning them out?
Cleaning them out.
When you say we, let's back up a second. First of all, how old are you?
40.
You don't look 40, so it's impressive. So what did you do beforehand?
Beforehand, I was a salesman.
For what? Doing what?
Food.
Nice. And so how does it go from food to rubbish removal? Like what shaykhs? How did that transfer happen?
Shem.
You still don't know. I mean, what does it mean? So you said you started doing removal. How did you get into this business? How did you decide to start it?
No, someone referred me. Actually, that company went down. Mm-hmm. So someone referred me to a property preservation company. So that's where I got hooked on.
So you decide, hey, I'm going to start a rubbish removal business.
So foreclosure properties, there's a lot involved. Inspections, mold removal. So one of the main things is Trashouts.
So when you started, you were a one-man show. You had employees. How did you start the business?
I started myself.
You did it. You actually did the garbage yourself? You can answer that.
Actually, I had some times that I did it myself.
It's good for shidduchim. It's not bad for shidduchim. It's fine when you say that. So you did the garbage. It's impressive. I like that. So you started doing rubbish removal or foreclosure removal. And how did you build the business up today? How many guys work for you today?
12.
Okay, so you have to build up a real business. So how did you tell me the last few years? How did you build up the business?
So then after a couple of years, basically the foreclosure started going down, especially when it came COVID. They stopped foreclosure at all.
Right.
So then we started to do the same things, the same service we started to do for regular houses, new construction, and remodeling and
how do you? It's
renovations.
Where do you live?
I live in New Square.
So you service New York, I'm assuming, based in that area, right? I mean, anywhere, but
upstate New York, Orange, Rockland County, Sullivan County, New Jersey.
Okay, so there's a lot of people who do what you do, obviously, right? There's a lot of competition. A lot of people do rubbish removal and cleaning, and it's a very unique business because they don't need you every day, right? Until you start my business idea of taking out the garbage for the husbands on Thursday night, right? It's a one-time thing. The house is, they have to fix it or get a new house, whatever it is. So how is that people know, hey, I'm going to call you? How do you get that business? How do you spread your business, the word of mouth? How do you build up your business?
First, most of all, I'm just doing gestalters.
Okay.
And I'm leaving it for Hashem.
So how did Hashem build your business? Let's hear. Tell me how Hashem did it.
So one of the main things for my company is honesty. I'm being very transparent and honest with my customers, and this is what my customers like about me. Sometimes my prices could be higher but they know what they're getting.
What do you mean by honesty as opposed to not honesty? What's dishonest sometimes about the business, this industry? What do people do dishonestly sometimes? Explain to what does it mean to be honest in this business?
To be honest in this business is, for sake, let's say we come down with a dumpster. I can fill up an old dumpster. It could be only a quarter dumpster.
I hear you.
And I can tell the customer whatever I want.
I got you. And they'll pay.
I cannot tell. I'm not allowed to tell.
Technically speaking.
But they know I'm very...
It's very interesting you say that. I tell this to people all the time, and I see with a lot of people who I've interviewed, and that telling a customer somewhere, and it sounds crazy, but telling them where something, hey, I could have ripped you off, but I didn't, and letting them know that is important. People don't understand that. I think it's important to understand. I'm not telling you, a lot of people I've interviewed today, they were saying that what do they do that's unique? that they actually deliver on what they promise. And I found it very funny, right? So why are you good in business? Because I do what I say, as opposed to everyone who doesn't do what they say, right? But I think what you're saying is a very interesting idea and concept. And I think you could tell it to the customer, right? By the way, you should know that you ordered a full pallet. I thought it would take a full, it took a half, and I'm not charging you more. Do you ever do things like that? You tell them, hey, I know you ordered this, but I only charge you for this much?
I don't tell. I'm just doing the honesty. I don't tell.
So here's my business advice to you. Tell that to them, right? If you tell them, then they'll remember it. What do you think is the best movie you ever made? You remember the best movie you ever made? This was a good shtick. Besides with the Eibishter helping you, what's the good? Like this was a good. I like this one. This is a good move.
This is a good move coming to the OGBA.
Oh. See, I tell everyone that Meilich Weber should charge more money for people to come here. You should give a discount. How many years are you here? Is it your first year?
This is my second year.
Second year. So you were here last year, yeah? Did you get parnassa from it? Did anyone actually sign up from this?
I got some customers.
Really?
That's why I came back.
Shit. Every person that I brought up here so far, and these are random people, right? These are obviously not, every person said they came the previous year and they had business. And I think it's so interesting to understand that there is a fact of networking. People see a person, they trust a person, and they give you business. It's not so complicated. And it's literally the shtalis that you talk about, you know what I'm saying? Well, if you can sit down with any younger man today who's starting in Parnassa and say, I want to give you one piece of business advice, what would you tell them?
Try to be the most honest you can with your customers, most transparent. That's my number one advice.
Do you tell your customers how much money you make on a job? Not that transparent.
No. I would try to encourage them to do sales, not to be afraid.
Do you do sales? You do sales for your business?
I go down myself, have a company and have employees, have trucks on the road. I still go down myself to job sites or construction sites, waiting for the job site manager. Like I'm still doing that.
Tell me if I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say, besides for obviously the sales aspect of it,
the main thing
you get to know your business that way, right?
The main thing of a boss, what I look at, is the sales.
Well, I hear that, but there's also the aspect of that you get to know your business. You get to know what's involved and how to sell, right? Do you have any salesmen who work for you as well?
I have 2 salespeople.
But so what's the point of doing sales as a boss? I wanted to say what you just said. Is the focus that you're actually going to make more money, or you get to understand how your business operates?
It's both.
Both. I love that. It's very geschmack. Listen, who came up with your name? It's an excellent name. Who came up with that?
My friend.
You serious?
A friend came up with a couple of names, and this was like, it's unique. It's 2 words. It's scrub and rubbish. So
I didn't know about that. I'm like, it's scrubbish. It's I hear that.
No, that's one.
I hear that. Scrub and rubbish.
No, so you hear 2 things. You hear them, we're doing cleaning, we do final cleanings, and that we do rubbish removal.
You know, it's funny. I think you should make a test. When I saw the word scrubbish, I always saw was scrub. Other guys think rubbish. I think it's probably like a personality test on what you see. Do you see scrub or do you see rubbish? I don't know what it means, but it's probably interesting. Either way, Rabbi Amrom, a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for coming.